antique, especially with antique teapot, is very hard to come by as a pair. Although when they were exported, they always come in like a whole bunch, whole sets. But after years, it's very hard to have a set of same teapots, especially by the same marking. So what I have here is a late Qing dynasty. Actually, it was made to the order of Rama V, king of Thailand. Right, and he's one of the most famous king in Thailand, because that is during the First World War. He does a lot of coordination between the Asia and the Western countries. When the Europeans, when they have problem with Asia, he actually is always the one come out and kind of coordinate, and he's the one also prevent Thailand being colonized. So he's very famous king in the Thai history. So what I have is a teapot made of tuani,
which is the yellow clay.
The yellow clay, and it has his royal seal at the base, and also a marking under the lid. This is one of the very best end of Qing Dynasty teapot. For it's being very well known for its craftsmanship, the clay material being used, and another very crucial matter is the fire. Firing back in the old days is all they use a dragon kiln, and which is very significantly very hard to control. And you could tell after use and before use is look totally different.
That's what's so interesting is you have two teapots from the king's own collection, and one is it's clearly darker, and it also feels different.
Right.
And that's what's interesting to me is that, when you use teapots, we do expect the clay to darken with the tea oils and develop this beautiful patina. So it's got this nice gloss compared to this one that looks like it was never even touched. But what's also interesting is the texture is different, and that's not something you would expect just from using a teapot. But this one actually, it's smoother.
Smoothing. Well, actually, it didn't really get smoother, maybe by very little, but mostly it's because the tea oil sort of evens out the surface area of the teapot. So when you touch, you can not just feel the sands, but also the clear glaze over it.
Right.
So that's why you feel like it actually gets
like conditioner for your teapot.
But before this one was cleaned out, it looked just like the other one. I actually completely washed this out. That's why when it has no tea oil on it, it feels more truthful to its original form.
Right. That's amazing. And as you said about craftsmanship, the thing to notice here really is the thinness, but the balance of the teapot. It's such a simple shape, this shuiping style.
The shuiping style is one of the hardest to master.
Exactly, and part of that's because it is so simple. You're going to see any flaw, any kind of imbalance. If the handle's too thick, it's going to be noticeable because it's such a basic shape. Right. And here you have just a beautifully balanced spout and ear, and that ear is so thin. It's amazing. And the lid, the rim, everything, it almost looks like it was machine made because it is very precise.
But if you look carefully, a lot of times that the old teapot is different from the newer teapots because although it looks so perfect, the craftsmanship is very obvious. Such as the handle, it's not perfectly circle, okay? The lids, it's not perfectly round, but it just make very precisely to fit your eye, to fit your vision. It's a beauty when it's perfect but not mechanic. When it says mechanic, it's like you printing a straight line from a computer using a printer to print a straight line. But if you draw a perfect line with your bare hands, that's the beauty of art.